Hello, and welcome to this week's Monday Music Motivation. If you were celebrating Thanksgiving last week, then I hope that you had a fantastic Thanksgiving and hopefully a nice little break and spent time with family and all of that good stuff. I know I certainly had a nice break and got some stuff done that I've been wanting to work on for a long time, so it was a good week for me. Coming back from that break now, I thought it would be nice to do a little kind of recap and refresher for sort of how to really stick to the plan and really get the most out of the Monday Music Motivation and just get the most out of your own sort of practicing and organizing of your practicing so that you can continue to grow and get the best results from your playing that you can and the most value out of your practice time that you can. So I'm going to start with our practice template today and kind of talk you through it. And I actually did kind of a bad example, so I'm showing you what not to do in this one, but I'll give you some ideas on how to do it more effectively. But this is the practice template. You can go to quickstartclarinet.com/get started to get this template for yourself, just the blank PDF of it. We have the date for the week, reflection of how things are going, goal for what you want to achieve this week, and then your plan for when you're going to make it happen and what you're going to do. And that plan is always the most important part, and kind of every week I talk about like make sure that you set your plan, that you get it into your calendar, you set reminders, you put it in your planner, however you organize your life, so that it's not just a plan of like, oh, this would be nice to do this, but it's actually scheduled and it's appointments that you're going to show up to and you're going to make happen. However, I don't talk about the reflection and the goal a whole lot. And I think there's a lot of value to get out of that if you really lean into it. So mine was a bad example because I just did kind of my usual, very surface level reflection of like, okay, this is kind of generally how I felt last week. This is kind of generally what I want to achieve this week. But if you can try doing those things a little bit different than normal, don't just kind of go through the motions on them, but go a little bit more deeply and really go into your reflection and say, okay, normally I just say like, yep, things are going good, or this thing still needs work. Go a little bit deeper with that and ask just the question of why. So if you say everything's going good, why are things going good? Well, I actually showed up and practiced when I wanted. I was clear on what I wanted to achieve, so I was able to actually make progress on the things that I was aiming for, those kinds of things. Or, oh, this thing's still frustrating. Why is this still frustrating? Because I thought I'd be better at it by now. Why do you feel like you need to be better at it by now? And go deeper and kind of unpack and really reflect. The reflections and the goals will always be much more effective if you kind of feel something with it. So if you really dig into there and figure out like, oh, that's the kind of core thing. That's the thing that's making me feel either satisfied in your reflection of like, yeah, I feel really good about that and really proud about that. Or like, oh, that's why that's been such a struggle for me. And when you get to those root things, those are things that you can really solidify for the long term. And that's the goal of the reflection, is to dig into what you're doing and try to get down into the core of it so that you can really make it something tangible that you can hang on to forever, that will always make a difference. Whereas when you just put kind of a surface level, like things are going well, that's not going to make any impact on you in the long run. And it's okay if you do that sometimes, but this week I want to encourage you and challenge you to go a little deeper with the reflection. And all you need to do is ask kind of why a few times. Put whatever surface level thing feels right for you, and then just go a little deeper, just a little deeper than normal. And if you already generally do it pretty deeply, go a little deeper than normal and just ask that question why or how a few more times so that you can get a little bit more information and again, a little bit more benefit and value from that. For the goals, definitely the question for the goals is how. So don't just put a surface level goal of, I want to work on this piece this week. How are you going to work on this piece? Which sections in particular are you going to work on? How are you going to work on it? Are you going to slow it down? Are you going to do contextual interference on it? Are you going to try doing spacing? How are you going to sort of break it down and really work on it so that it's not just this piece is my goal, but how are you going to actually make that goal happen? And then for the plan, you can also go more deeply with that as well, where you plan not just this concert is what I'm going to work on, but this specific piece and this specific section of this specific piece is your kind of target for that specific practice session. And that will make it so much more satisfying, because it won't just be like, okay, I want to get better this week as your goal, and your plan is, I want to get better at these pieces. Because then at the end of the week, it's a little ambiguous if you actually achieved your goal or not. Did you get better? Probably. What does better even look like, though? So you don't really know for sure. But if you get more specific, it'll be much more satisfying, and it will aim you and target you a lot better as well. So my kind of message for you this week is stick to the plan, but get back into it with a little bit more kind of rigor. And the more you put into it, the more that you're going to get out of it, just like with everything in life. So if you want to really maximize the benefit of the Monday Music Motivation and the practice template, then go that 1 or 2 layers deeper than normal. And then next week, go 1 or 2 layers deeper than normal. And you'll get to the point where you develop your skill of reflection and goal setting so that you can make it more efficient, more effective, more encouraging, more motivating. And that's how we start to snowball the progress for the Monday Music Motivation. One other just honorable mention for things to stick to the plan also here at the end. Also, don't forget to be doing warm-ups when you're practicing. That's one of the most underrated things, I think, and that's kind of my whole platform and my whole belief is it's the fundamentals, it's the patience of doing the simple things, aiming for perfection that makes the difficult things easy. So don't forget your warm-ups. Always be developing that good sound quality, good technical facility, and good articulation and note shaping on whatever instrument you play, whether it's clarinet or something else. Dig into those fundamentals, tackle those core fundamentals so that you can really progress and be developing that foundation. So that's all I have for today. Keep sticking with the plan. Really dig into it. Try doing things a little bit differently and a little bit deeper than you normally do, and you're going to have a fantastic week. So take a little bit of extra time to fill that out, and I'll see you next week on the next Monday Music Motivation. I hope that you have a fantastic week and lots of happy, targeted, deeply reflective, and aiming at clear goals practicing this week. Have a great week. Bye.